I don't know if that's been changed yet.
No, it has. It's pushed out the table. Well, I'm not going to stay for far.
So they usually have that straight.
Yeah, we normally have it straight. Yes. I think it was before it was like flipped up. I don't know what's going on with the toggle switch, but it's working straight.
I've just listened to them battle with it and say it should just.
And there's the delay. It's back there when I'm watching the cameras.
Right.
I go to switch and it takes forever to switch the camera. So sometimes I don't switch because I think they're not going to be up there very long, and then sometimes I'm wrong.
Well, there's a room.
This mic in there, I physically unplug it because it picks up everything.
That one.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I put it right in there.
Kelly, we're all on. The cameras on.
What was the
I'm
camera?
just sharing an analogy.
How are you, Mark?
Good.
A little bit of weather. Hopefully we can hold off the rain.
This is the wettest August in a long time.
We've been lucky though. Just have you noticed that a lot of storms split just before they get far to go north and south? Are you already streaming, or do you start at 5?
Well, I've got this.
by the way, I have our applicant attending via.
Oh, okay, great.
So, the applicant is available, and I'll mention that.
Got the mic. I'm doing all right. Not sure, so I'm gonna hold on the whole job search thing until my husband decides. CGA and James Emerson's asking me this question. So we need to decide if we are going to, we met in this. So I think he's currently accessible. I don't know. That's what we think about the whole last month. It's like, I see 5 o'clock. There's no computer for me.
Whenever you're ready, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, we have 5 o'clock here. We will go ahead and get this Board of Adjustment meeting called to order. Start with a roll call.
Eaton,
Here.
Engel, Hogan,
Here.
Schultz,
Here.
Thurston.
Here. Okay, next up is approval of our meeting minutes from our last meeting, which was July 21st of this year. I assume everybody on the board had a chance to review those. Are there any corrections? None this time? Okay, great. Do we have
to
a
approve?
roll call?
Eaton,
Yes.
Hogan,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Thurston.
Yes. All right, first item of business is a public hearing and approval of a special use permit for application for 1776 Governor Road.
Good evening, Clayton Ender, Assistant Director, Housing Community Development. We do have a representative of the applicant available on the phone this evening, should you have questions or if they wish to add anything. In front of you tonight is a special use permit application for in-ground solar array at 1776 Governor Road. This would be for a 200 kilowatt ground-mounted solar array. The building recently sold to a new ownership under Mechdyne, who has indicated that they will be using the facility for their business operations. Representative could possibly provide additional context should there be questions around that. This has been in front of the Planning and Zoning Commission, and they have recommended approval. Notice was sent to all property owners within 250 feet plus width of road, and no public comments have been received to date, either in writing, by phone, or at the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. I did provide you a complete list of the review criteria you should consider as part of your review of this application. I'm not going to go through each of those in excruciating detail. And with that, I'd be happy to go into further details or answer questions as needed. But I think I can keep my initial comments concise.
Thank you very much, Clayton. Questions from the board?
I have a question for the owner. Is this ground-mounted array intended to serve either now or in the very near future a data center for Mechdyne?
Derek, did you hear that question? Derek, you still there?
Yeah, sorry, I muted myself. I'm talking to myself here. The question, just to verify, the question was that will it support a future data center? Was that the question?
Either a present data center or future data center for Mechdyne.
Yeah, no. So that was my understanding. The historical of that building, it was an Emerson server, or what we call data center now. That entire thing has been gutted. Mechdyne's going to use it for their traditional business operations, R&D, building their things and offices. There's no I don't think there's even a capability to go back to what it was as far as being a data center. Everything's already been gutted out of that was that. So the short answer is no. They have no plans to make that a data center. It's going to be for their company operations.
Thank you.
And for the screening, I saw there was some landscaping. What kind of trees or bushes are you intending to use to screen it from Governor Road?
So we sent that to a couple of our providers of that, and they, I might have to pull this up quick to see. They gave us a very specific what the options were, and we kind of left it up to them. We gave them the requirements that Clayton had provided, and they said these things will work for this. So it is, sorry, let me see if I can find this.
And I would get a detailed buffer planting plan prior to issuance of a permit.
Yeah, effectively, they were going to be roughly, I believe, 6 feet apart, and they listed 4 or 5 options. I know Aronia was on there. If you give me a second, I can actually find what they sent us.
So in the plan, it looks a little confusing to me because it looks like all the trees are in one line, and I would have thought they'd be perpendicular to that.
Those are existing trees.
Those are existing, yeah.
So there would be some additional landscaping planted within that outlined green buffer yard area.
Yeah, that was my question. Yeah.
But the intent is to preserve the existing mature trees, correct, Eric?
Yeah. And part of the reason those are in the modeling, because that's from our modeling for shade and everything. So they had said, I've got it up in front of me here. I think they listed a host of them. They're estimating we're up to 25 shrubs to cover what they need to cover. And I do not see it in here. I know Aronia was one of them, and I don't have this in front of me. I'm sorry. I can keep digging here. But our subcontractors, we had contracted them to satisfy whatever the requirements are. And it's a little bit up to MechDine, I guess, on what they want out there as well. Unless the city has specifics that they need to have.
Yeah, and we don't get into the specifics of the individual species, but we do require shrubs. I can't remember if we require trees I think we have an exception for solar arrays or a substitution. I don't remember off the top of my head, but that would all get confirmed prior to issuance of a building permit. In general discussion with the applicant, I feel confident that they can meet the buffering requirements. They certainly have adequate space and ability to meet that requirement.
I have a question too. Did you consider an elevated solar array above the parking lot? I'm not a fan of ground mounted solar arrays.
You mean as far as like a carport?
Yeah, like a carport. You do two things: ease of maintenance. You don't have the problem with mowing or even trying to get something to grow under the panels. But also you're helping to lower heat island effect because you're shading the parking lot. It just is a better use of land space.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we always discuss with all the clients. It can be prohibitively expensive just because you're putting a lot more steel for the same amount of kilowatts, or even less kilowatts sometimes. And longevity wise, it actually, what we have found is a little bit more difficult maintenance because anything that goes on is not easily accessible. You got to have somebody up on a lift, to troubleshoot 10, 15, however many years down the road, 20 years down the road.
So your plan indicates a fence. Is that fence going to be solid or?
That's an existing fence.
Which is a chain link fence today.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Which is a chain link fence now.
Yeah, to my knowledge, it's chain
And
link.
it's open, it's not slatted, so we're not using that to obstruct the view. I'm just pointing out that it's on the plan.
Yeah, I think you were just trying to note where the fence was located rather than saying that it was being used for any particular purpose. We do actually have a requirement that it be gated in and stuff, so they are demonstrating that compliance, I guess. So there is a purpose. Security.
I'm familiar with the property,
Yeah.
so, and the ground mount solar array is around behind the building. Almost no one will see it, so I don't have a problem with it.
Clayton, can you tell me or just go over for the board's recollection why we're doing a special use permit and the fact that the zoning ordinance does not allow ground mounted unless it's under special use permit?
How we got here predated my tenure with the city, but it was previously allowed within all zoning districts on the ground, some residential areas. I know there was some projects that were installed in residential zones specifically that the community did not find favorable. And so there was that revision to restrict the allowance within residential areas and then put in some protections for public hearings in non-residential areas, hence why it's here tonight, that public process.
So there's no zoning classification where it's allowed except under special use permit.
Not to my knowledge, but we can double check really quick.
I remember discussions about the hospital. Don't they have ground mounted solar arrays? And there were some issues with the heights, or at McFarland Clinic. Yeah.
And if I recall, the deal was that the solar panels were a different size, so they required a higher mount, and we allowed that.
So solar arrays. Ground mounted is only allowed by special use permit within the public, institutional, and general industrial as accessory, as is this case, or as primary use via special use permit in general industrial. It is allowed by right as a roof mounted system in all districts. But ground mounted is subject to special use permit regardless.
So was the roof mounted installation considered for Mectine?
We were only directed to look at a ground mount, I think, because of the, they're putting all new rooftop units up there and they've got a lot of work to do on the building in general. And so this was their preference.
Any other questions for myself or the applicant at the moment? I would remind you it is a scheduled public hearing. We did have one member of the public show up. I don't know if they have a desire to speak or not. So whenever you're ready.
She shook her head no.
I've received no public comments to date.
Okay. No further discussion and no audience members wishing to address the board? Okay, are we ready for a motion for the application for the special use permit?
I move that we approve the special use permit.
I'll second.
Eaton,
Yes.
Thurston,
Yes.
Schultz. Yes. Hogan.
Yes.
Motion passes. Are there any other items of business that are not noted on our agenda this evening?
Thanks, Derek. I'm going to hang up.
Yep, thank you.
I have no additional agenda items at present. I have no agenda items pending for your September meeting. I would remind the board that on the 27th, we are holding a community roundtable regarding data centers. That may be a subject matter of interest to this group. Other than that, I don't have any other updates for you this evening, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you have anything on your mind.
Will that meeting be broadcast?
The roundtable, it's being held in the Coliseum. I don't know if I have the ability to broadcast over there or not.
We don't have an owl or anything to use over there.
I'll double check, but
Just asking.
also with the structure of it being individual table, I wonder how
Yeah.
beneficial a live broadcast would be. Really, I'll think more on that and see if there's something. But at present, it was not my plan to broadcast it.
There's no other work sessions between now and
No, the 27th, and then that leaves me 3 weeks to put together a draft number 1 based on all the comments I've heard today throughout the community, social media, everywhere. I do not expect when we get to the September 17th P&Z that will be the final version. That will be the version that we're starting with. Red mark it up as much as you want. I'll try not to take it as offense. But I don't have anything more for you tonight.
Okay. All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Yeah.